Once again, a warm welcome to all of you. Our privilege to have Dr. Dharani Krishnan with us, a renowned nutritionist, distinguished representatives from the press, the media, channels, and of course my colleagues. I'll just take you through a very brief presentation about the dairy industry in a nutshell, what we see happening in the dairy industry these days, and a small outlook and presentation about the company. 1,000 crore branded value-added segment kind of an industry. But of course, the pouch milk, that's the packet milk, leads the table with a compounded annual growth rate of something like 16%. Now down below you will see a lot of value. Now this is how we have been growing. But what is significant is to see the percentage growth of the organized dairy segment. Today, we are at 22% of the total volume of milk handled in the entire country. That's the organized dairy. When we are talking of organized dairy, we are talking of both cooperatives and the private sector put together, and who are basically in branded segment, the pouch milk segment, all packed, and in the branded segment. That's what we are talking when we are saying the organized dairy. Now, let's look at the kind of drivers, the enabling trends that has been happening in the past, let's say almost a decade. We'll see there's an increasing disposable income which is actually fueling a demand, mostly for value-added products. There's an increasing emphasis on health, triggering a shift from carbonated drinks to healthy dairy alternatives. There's of course an increase in urbanization, as we all see, and more percentage of working women driving shift from homemade products to packaged ones. Very high awareness fueled by higher standards of education and by literacy, which in turn leads to a high quality consciousness, enabling branding of a product. Now, what are we, the CreamLine dairy? Now, we are a leading private dairy player, predominantly in south of India and also some parts of Maharashtra. We are today 3 decades old, and our revenues clock close to 1,000 crore. We have been selling milk, and in the last decade, we have a whole gamut of value-added products. Jersey is our flagship brand. Where are we present? As told earlier, we are present in all of South. When it comes to AP, we are in Vijayawada and in Chittoor, also in Ongole. Come to Telangana, we are in proper Hyderabad. Tamil Nadu, we are in Chennai. Karnataka, we are in Mandya district, a place called Malapalli. Of course, we are in Nagpur too. So we have about 7 plants. We handle the capacity, we can handle go up to about 7.1 lakh liters per day. And we have a state-of-the-art modern milk drying plant in Ongole. We manufacture a range of food products, starting from curd and a whole lot of beverage foods, which is from buttermilk to lassi, different forms of lassi. Then we have flavored milk, we have milk powder, we have ghee, and of course we have ice creams too. In many of the places where we operate, especially in AP and Telangana, where we have a very formidable presence, we are brand leaders. This is our product portfolio when it comes to fresh milk. We are present in all the variants.
Yeah, we are going to talk about vitamin D today, which has become very important because a lot of people are deficient in vitamin D because of the lifestyle changes that people lead. We don't see the sun at all, and because of that, a lot of vitamin D deficiencies are coming, and because of that, a lot of health issues are also coming. So let's start with what is vitamin D. It's a fat soluble vitamin because we have two types of vitamin, fat soluble and water soluble. This is fat soluble, that is கொழுப்பு சத்துல வந்து இது கரையிற ஒரு vitamin, and we call it as a hormone precursor because it behaves like a hormone. It's a vitamin but it also behaves like a hormone, and it is related to steroid hormones, the neurosteroid, the endogenous synthesized from cholesterol, and it's a regulator of a number of genes. And it exists in two forms, D2 and D3. So it's also called the sunshine hormone because it's directly related to sunlight. So a lot of people have doubts. When I travel in a car, there is a glass and through that sun comes. Is that sunlight enough? No. You should have direct sunlight 15 minutes at least twice a week. And that should be between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. So what is the primary function of vitamin D? It's absorption, and it helps in calcium regulation. If you see the picture, the orange part, it explains how they are taking the calcium to the bones. So that's one of the major roles of vitamin D, and hence deficiency of vitamin D automatically leads to osteopenia, osteoporosis, osteomalacia, which is thinning of the bones or the quality of the bone changes, or rickets in glucose metabolism, pancreatic B cell function, and hence it's also indirectly related to insulin activity. Now, causes of vitamin D deficiency is lower vitamin D circulation because of inadequate sun exposure. It could be because somebody is ill, யாருக்கா உடம்பு சரியால அவங்க வெளில வந்து போக முடியாது, so sun exposure கம்மியா இருக்கலாம், or institutional, basically homebound, like older people or sick people, or poor dietary intake, greater than 50 years, obesity is another reason, and sun protective clothing. If you wear very black clothes and you cover yourself, because of dust and all that, even on the motorbike, everybody is covering themselves totally. So you are actually preventing the sun from reaching to you. So benefits of vitamin D supplementation, the likely benefits are that it can prevent cardiovascular disease, functional disorders like diabetes, respiratory disease, infectious diseases, neurological diseases. But unproven benefits like indirect benefits are that it helps in prevention of osteopenia, osteoporosis. Aging itself is related to osteopenia, but vitamin D related osteopenia it can prevent. And greater than 65 years, if it's given in higher doses, it helps. And when you have an accident, you fall, breaking of bone can be prevented if you're you're not vitamin D deficient. So who should be screened for vitamin D? Basically, if somebody has pain in musculoskeletal, muscle pain, and there's no reason for the pain, then it could be even they're very young and they have muscle pain, it could be vitamin D deficiency. Those who are always homebound, or the modern culture of AC house, AC car, AC office, these people don't see the sun at all. And those who have other issues like renal disease or liver disease or chronically ill. Now consider screening because the medications given for these conditions can relate to reduce of vitamin D function. So depression, rheumatoid arthritis, cardiovascular disease, osteoporosis, and fatigue. So what are the sources? Basically, main sources are non-vegetarian, cod liver oil, wild caught salmon, mackerel, tuna fish, egg yolk of course. So if we live a lifestyle where we are not exposed to the sun and we are eating foods which are low in vitamin D, then fortified is the way forward. where we can have fortified in cereals or in milk or in juices. Vitamin D produced in the skin may last twice as long in blood compared to that which you take through food. So what are the conclusions? Sun exposure is the best way to obtain, and a lot of people put screens and supplements on their skin which doesn't